The distress signal pierced through the darkness of space like a dying star's final scream. Dr. Marcus Hale sat in his cramped medical shuttle, fingers dancing across holographic displays as he plotted a course toward the source. 20 years of combat medicine in the Terran Marine Corps had trained him for chaos, but nothing in those bloody trenches had prepared him for his current profession, xeno-veterinary medicine among the galaxy's most exotic species. The coordinates led him to Draconis Prime's western cliffs, where crystalline formations jutted from mountains like frozen lightning. There, curled in a cavern that glowed with bioluminescent fungi, lay Valera. Even in distress, the ancient dragon was magnificent. Scales the color of deep ocean water, wings that could eclipse small moons, and eyes that held the weight of centuries. "Easy there, old girl," Marcus murmured, approaching with his medical scanner raised. His augmented leg clicked softly with each step. A souvenir from the Battle of Kepler 442b. Valera's massive head turned toward him, intelligence burning in those ancient eyes. Her telepathic voice resonated in his mind, weak but defiant. "Human, I summoned the Draconid physicians. Why have they sent you?" "Because I'm the only one crazy enough to answer a dragon's distress call at 0300 hours, Marcus replied, running his scanner along her distended abdomen. The readouts made his blood run cold. 3 eggs, each the size of a small vehicle, but the birthing canal was obstructed. Worse, her vital signs were deteriorating rapidly. "I have birthed 17 clutches over 4,000 years, Valera transmitted, pain threading through her mental voice. "Never has my body betrayed me thus." Marcus knelt beside her, placing a weathered hand on her scales. They were cold, far too cold for a species whose internal temperature could melt titanium. "Listen to me, Valera. I've pulled Marines out of collapsed bunkers, performed surgery in zero-G during hull breaches, and once delivered triplets while my field hospital was under orbital bombardment. I don't give up, and I sure as hell don't let mothers die on my watch." The dragon's eyes flickered with something that might have been hope or might have been resignation. His scanner revealed the problem. The first egg had calcified abnormally, creating a blockage. Standard Draconid medical protocol would be to induce labor chemically, but that would kill both mother and hatchlings given her weakened state. Marcus's mind raced through options, each more desperate than the last. Then he remembered Sergeant Chen, pinned under rubble on Arcturus 7. Everyone said extraction was impossible. Marcus had done it anyway using controlled explosives and a prayer. "Valera, I need you to trust me. This is going to hurt and it's going to be terrifying, but it's the only way." He pulled a device from his kit, a human-designed neural interface that would temporarily link their nervous systems. "I can't feel what you feel, not really, but this will let me coordinate with your body's natural responses. We do this together. No species has ever merged consciousness with a draconid during laying. The psychic feedback could destroy your mind. Yeah, well, I've had worse Tuesdays." Marcus attached the neural nodes to his temples and pressed his palm against her scales. The connection hit like a shockwave. Suddenly, Marcus experienced 4,000 years of memories compressed into nanoseconds. Wars fought before humanity learned to make fire. Loves spanning centuries. The grief of watching civilizations rise and fall. And pain. Excruciating world-ending pain. He channeled his combat training, creating a mental partition between himself and the overwhelming sensations. "Okay, Valera, on my mark, you're going to push, and I'm going to guide the egg with a precision gravity field. But I need you to trust human stubbornness over Draconid tradition. You are remarkable creatures. So brief, yet so fierce. We burn bright because we don't have time to smolder." Marcus grinned through gritted teeth. "Now push." For 6 agonizing hours, they labored as one. Marcus used every trick he'd learned in field hospitals and back-alley clinics across a dozen worlds. When the gravity field wasn't enough, he physically braced himself against the egg, his augmented leg providing leverage no unmodified human could manage. When Valera's strength failed, he flooded her system with stimulants that would have killed a lesser being. Finally, with a sound like mountains giving birth, the first egg emerged, followed swiftly by its siblings. Marcus collapsed. Neural interface smoking, blood trickling from his nose. But he was grinning. 3 for 3. Not bad for a washed-up combat medic. Valera, exhausted but alive, curled protectively around her eggs. Then something happened that made Marcus's breath catch. The eggs began to glow with an inner light, Not the normal bioluminescence of draconid young, but something different. Something unprecedented. The shells cracked and 3 hatchlings emerged. Their scales shimmered with an impossible color that existed somewhere between starlight and hope. More shocking, they possessed something no pure draconid had ever displayed. A resonance frequency that matched human neural patterns. What have we done? Valera whispered in awe. Marcus stared at the impossible creatures, understanding dawning. The neural link, the desperate joining of 2 vastly different biologies at the moment of creation, it had marked these hatchlings at a fundamental level. I think, Marcus said slowly, we just accidentally created the first human-dragon hybrid consciousness. They're fully draconid biologically, but they carry an echo of humanity in their neural architecture. The hatchlings turned their ancient yet newborn eyes toward Marcus and chirped. One of them, the smallest, stumbled forward and pressed its head against his chest, exactly where a human child would seek comfort. Valera's laughter resonated through his mind, rich and genuine. 4,000 years, and it takes a broken human with a mechanical leg to teach an ancient dragon something new. Your species truly is miraculous. We're just too stubborn to know when something's impossible, Marcus replied, gently stroking the hatchling's scales. Makes us dangerous. Makes us useful. Makes us human. As dawn broke over Draconis Prime, painting the crystalline cliffs in shades of gold and amber, Dr. Marcus Hale sat with an ancient dragon and 3 impossible children, and realized that sometimes the greatest miracles emerge from the simple refusal to give up. The galaxy would never be quite the same.